bread in the freezer. Kiara literally stormed into my room and was just like, why would you do such thing? This is disgusting, is what she told me. She was just like, what, who puts bread in the freezer? Like, she was so grossed out. And then I had to educate her. I had to show it, because she didn't believe me. So I had to show her videos. I had to show her like websites where you can freeze bread. It's perfectly normal. It's fine. And then she was just like, oh. So hopefully now that some of you guys know as well, yes, you can freeze bread. I wouldn't say years. So the problem with freezer, if you don't pack your things right, there's this thing called freezer burn. So I don't know if you guys ever had the taste of it. So it's sometimes food that's been left in the freezer too long, and then when you heat it up and eat it, there's a weird taste, like a weird burnt taste, or like a plastic, or some sort of like a taste that's off. That's what you call a freezer burn. So when it's left too long, that's the taste that you'll normally get. So. Is Kiara watching the stream? She should be. Then afterwards, we're gonna argue, and then I'm gonna make her join the Say Yes to Wasteless. No, it is. It's something I've been telling her to do. The things I really like about Kiara, ever since she started living with me, now she started using tumblers. She still wastes a lot of food, because it's still ingrained into her that leftover food is bad for you. Like, you can't eat like, she finds it kind of gross, or she doesn't really think what you can do with the leftover food, so she has a tendency to throw it away. Like, I remember we had a hot pot, and then she wanted to throw away pork slices because she was just like, no, it's been sitting outside for 2 hours, we should throw it away. Because she did the whole food hygiene course, so I get it. Yeah, I know. You know, if it's 4 hours outside, you shouldn't keep any of the food. That's true. But this is like 2 hours, and then she already wanted to throw away 300 grams of pork slices, and I'm like, wasting food is criminal. I mean, it really depends how you like package and do it as well. I'm like, Kiara, leftover food are gross after one day. Yeah, so I don't know how I can convince those people who do feel that leftover food is bad after one day. So I guess I'm experimenting right now with Kiara Kitty. We don't argue a lot, but I guess it's like these small things, and because it's like this is how I live my life, and then she has her way of how she lives her life, and then she'll argue that it's like it's her food, she's the one who bought it. Like, why am I telling her what to do, sort of thing. It's like, it's not like we're sharing this food, so still learning. Trying to get her to say yes to waste less. Really depends how you're brought up. True. Buffet put them out longer than that. True. Cross-contamination after touching the chicken. If you grew up eating food left in the open for hours, day-old food is fine. Yeah. If the food isn't selling, give it to those who need to eat. Instead, it's cheaper and faster to destroy it. I always take how much I can finish, so don't. Well, that's really good, Aaron. I think this is my problem when it comes to hot pot. I think maybe some of you guys have seen it. Like, I definitely prep way too much vegetable and way too much meat. So recently I've been cutting down. So the old me, I used to be able to actually consume 1 kg of meat. Yeah. Good times. The old me. And then I still have that mind, like, I still think I can do that. I still think, being as old as I am now, I still think that I can eat 1 kg of hot pot meat. And then I'll sometimes I'll overeat, or I'll just like prep too much food. No more. No, but there's no point eating way too much, you know? When my friend do hot pot, we just keep the prep in the fridge and take it out in portions. I'm trying to eat the amount I need rather than overeat. My family always finishes a dish before making a new one. Is that not common? I don't think everyone practices that. That's how I usually do things. I won't make a new dish until I'm done with my old dish. Oh, so never, what? Tricito trying to give me life advice. Okay, thank you. As someone who eats hot pot often, you think Zumi will know how much food she can eat in a hot pot? I always over prep in a hot pot. Wow, okay guys. I think pizzas can go waste when the slices are not the same in pizzerias. You can freeze pizza too though. You can practically freeze anything, Chad. You can freeze milk, you can freeze egg, you can freeze everything. Everything. If food is going to waste, will you eat it? I like to find ways in how to make leftover food work. I think that's really fun, and I think that's a good challenge for chefs, right? Like you have leftover food A, B, C, D. Maybe you can combine a few things, change the flavors a little bit, and then create it into something else. It's a good challenge. So that's what I like to do a lot. There's a pizza wedding vending machine in Japan. You can't freeze eggs in their shell, true. But you can freeze egg as long as you take it out of its shell. Yeah, there's some food. I'm making curry tomorrow. So, for example, curry, I always like to make a lot of it, and then I'll put it in the freezer. Like, maybe I'll have like a little container in the freezer for days like where I have no time to make dinner. Does Singapore have a composting program? Not that I know of. I think you gotta do it yourself, right? I don't think they have it. Agriculture is not crazy big yet. It's just we don't have space. To prevent waste of food at home, I always help to finish what my family can't finish. So I guess that is why I have a family pack instead of a 6-pack. That's a good way. Yeah. You know what?